Hello friends, so today Sean and I are headed to our local used bookstores. There's Sean driving, the chauffeur, with his banana.
Yes, always bring a banana. Wherever you go, wherever you are, you might have a minute or two to chomp down on a banana.
I'm always hyping up our bookstores to all of you, and I figured since we're going today, I would bring you along. We're here. Right now it just looks like
glorious parking lot.
Yeah. The first bookstore that we went to, Changing Hands, has 2 locations in Arizona. There is one in the city of Tempe, and then there is one in downtown Phoenix. And the downtown Phoenix location is the one we went to. There were a lot of people there because it was a weekend, and I was trying to capture so that you could see there's kind of this bar cafe in the middle of the store, which is really cool. And then behind that, there's this seating area. You can relax, read, play board games. But the other location, the Tempe one, which I actually really like as well, has a place called Wildflower Bread Company attached to it, but it's not within the middle of the bookstore. You can walk into it. So it's its own thing. The bookstore is its own thing. They're just attached. Both I absolutely love. I think the Tempe one feels more family friendly. Not that the Phoenix one, that there's anything wrong with families going there. It's just one of them feels a little bit more wholesome and the other one feels kind of hip and cool. The downtown location. We just happen to live closer to the downtown one at this point. There were tons of books there that I was interested in, and there were definitely some sales books I was also interested in, but I wanted to make sure that I saved my little punch cards because you have to earn those, you know? It's for every $10 you spend, you get a stamp. And then once you've gotten 10 stamps, then you get $10 off. And we have 2 of them at this point, which means we have $20. But you can also get store credit. We don't have any store credit currently. So I just was like, you know what? I want to save this.
We did not find anything at this first bookstore. And I'm hungry and I don't have a banana. A backup of it.
Yeah, you ate one.
BB.
We are now headed to Bookman's. I think we'll have more luck there. I saw a lot of things I was interested in at Changing Hands. It's just they weren't on sale. So, going to Bookman's. We also need to find this man some food because it is exhausting driving around.
It is, and I've only had a banana.
And a whole loaf of bread.
What? A whole loaf of bread. That is true, but it was a small loaf.
It wasn't a grocery store bag of bread.
We're not a...
But it was like a dinner loaf.
I still think that's overselling it. It's pretty small.
Bookman's. Yay. Bookman's is huge. Always exciting. Had some books that we had taken in before and they just didn't take them, and I was like, let's see this time. Maybe, I don't know why they didn't take them last time. Some of them were in really good condition and are newer books, and this time they did. They took a lot of books this time and they gave us $50 in store credit, which was amazing. There were definitely some books Sean was interested in, but he's been feeling a little bit behind with reading. He's just been really busy with work, especially around the holidays. He always ends up having to work more. So even though there were some things he was interested in, he didn't end up getting anything. And then same goes for me. There were some things that I was interested in, but they were sequels to things, and I was like, okay, I need to read the first books before I pick up the sequels. That area with the ladder is the entire young adult section, and yes, I do often use the ladder if the books are up high because they're really high and I'm short. But even if you're tall, you can't really reach the top shelves there. And then they have a bunch of adult fantasy. They have so many other genres as well. It's just fantasy is kind of usually the thing that I'm looking at, but they have manga there. You can see they also have instruments, board games, video games, CDs, DVDs of movies or TV shows. They have all sorts of stuff. And they have quite a few locations. Last year we went up to one in the city of Flagstaff. That one is a little smaller, but I really liked that one. And then there's I think a couple in Tucson, and then there's one in Mesa, Gilbert area, more so Mesa, I would say, if you're ever in Arizona. So there's a bunch of locations. The one we went to was the North Phoenix location. So all of the regular editions and mass market paperbacks and things like that are up here. And here you have hardcovers and then the tall floppy editions.
Well, I look down here.
Down there. Yeah.
Wow.
I also wanted to note the way that the sales system is in both of the different stores. So Changing Hands, the majority of the books are new. And then on the shelves, I was pointing out when you see a sticker on the book, that means that book is used and therefore on sale, and you'll see it for a much cheaper price. And then they do have a section with some sale books, so all of them in that area will have that. Whereas Bookman's, almost all the books in the store are used and then therefore are going to be inexpensive. But at the front of the store with some more newer popular works, those are usually the actual new copies. So when you open up the books, you check, usually it's penciled in. If it's used, it'll be like $6, $9, $12 or something. And if it's new, it's usually at least, you know, $14.99. So you do have a few newer books mixed in. They're usually at the front, or around the holidays, they get some books in. There's certain times a year when you know, oh, they got some new inventory in. So when you see some of the more popular works, you're like, I don't think that one's used. It's too new. Changing Hands, I would say for the most part, they are a little pickier when it comes to the quality of the books that you're bringing in, so they better be in basically like new condition. Whereas Bookman's, you'll find sometimes the books there are a little bit damaged, a little bit worn, still better condition than maybe somewhere like Goodwill if you go to Goodwill to get books. As a result, Bookman's is more likely to take the books that you bring in. And the nice thing too with Bookman's is that you can bring in any of the types of things you see in the store. So if you want to bring in movies, DVDs, instruments, things like that, the store credit that they give you, you can use on anything in the store. It's not broken up by department. So we tend to have a lot of luck finding surprises in Bookman's, whereas Changing Hands, if I'm looking for something new, that might be the one that I'm more likely to go to. And then store credit can be used on new or used things in both stores. Hopefully you had fun getting to see our local used bookstores. I know I'm always hyping them up and talking about them in book hauls. So now you can see just how lucky we are to live so close to two really amazing bookstores. It's the reason why I'm always finding cool stuff. You saw probably a clip too where they had a special edition of From Blood and Ash that was definitely Fairy Loot or Lumicrate or one of those book boxes. New, signed, special cover. So you can find stuff there. And they have rare books. Like I've seen really special editions of Name of the Wind that are rare and they're at least $200 and stuff like that. I've seen those there. Sometimes they don't know, and sometimes you can get those books for $12. It has happened before. It's always really exciting. But anywho, like I said, I hope you had fun getting to see our local used bookstores. Definitely check them out if you're in Arizona. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all later. Bye.